You know that feeling when you're planning a webinar? It's like you're trying to wrangle 100 different things at once. It's chaos. But what if I told you there's a clear blueprint to turn all that chaos into complete control? Today, we're going to break down the system for running a truly flawless event.
So, has anyone ever asked you to organize a webinar and you just instantly felt that wave of panic, that where do I even begin feeling? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. Between coordinating speakers, wrangling the tech, actually getting people to show up, it's a lot. But that feeling of being overwhelmed, we're putting a stop to that right here, right now.
Look, the secret to a successful and, dare I say, stress-free webinar isn't some kind of magic trick. Nope, it's way simpler. It's all about having a proven process, a reliable system, a checklist that literally walks you from that first spark of an idea all the way to the final thank you email.
And here it is. This is that process, broken down into 4 super clear phases. First, we're laying the foundation. Then, spreading the word. After that, it's showtime coordination. And finally, we'll cover what happens after the applause. Just think of this as our roadmap for the next few minutes. Simple, right?
All right, let's dive right into phase 1, laying the foundation. This is all about getting that blueprint right. And let me tell you, if you nail this part, everything that comes after it, so much easier. Okay, before you even think about who's speaking or what platform you're going to use, you have to ask the single most important question. Why are we even doing this? Seriously, is the goal to educate, to sell something, to train your team? Defining this objective is like your North Star. It guides every single decision you're about to make.
So, once you've got your why locked in, it's time to figure out the what. This means you've got to draft a really clear agenda. Map out every single segment from the opening welcome right down to the final Q&A. And this is also when you need to identify and this is a big one, confirm your speakers and your moderators. Don't just assume they're in. Okay, now let's talk tech. This is huge. Choosing the right platform is absolutely critical. You got to think about it, right? How easy is it for people to register? What kind of engagement tools does it have, like polls or a good Q&A feature? And how well does the recording actually work? Once you've made your choice, do yourself a favor and get that registration page live ASAP.
And now for the one step you absolutely positively cannot skip. A full technical rehearsal with every single person who's involved. I'm talking audio checks, video checks, screen sharing tests, internet stability, everything. Trust me on this one. Finding a problem during a rehearsal is a tiny headache. Finding it when you're live, that's a full-blown catastrophe.
All right, foundation is laid, solid. Let's move on to phase 2, spreading the word. Think of it this way. You've built the house, now it's time to invite people to the party. This phase is all about building that buzz and prepping your content.
So, getting the word out, it takes a whole toolkit of stuff. We're talking about creating a whole suite of promotional materials. Things like posters and banners, little cards for social media, and of course, a whole series of well-crafted emails. From that very first invitation to those super important, hey, it's starting soon reminders.
At the same time you're promoting the event, you've also got to get the actual content ready. This is when you chase down all your speakers for their presentation slides, you review them, and you get any digital handouts or other materials ready to go for the audience.
And here's a really crucial checkpoint. It's not just about having slides. It's about making sure they're all consistent. Do the visuals actually match your brand? And more importantly, does the content directly support that main objective we set all the way back in phase 1? Every single piece has to feel like it's part of the same story.
You know those webinars that just feel so smooth and professional? Yeah, that doesn't happen by accident. It's scripted. Your moderator needs talking points for introductions and transitions. The host needs a script for all the housekeeping stuff, like explaining how the Q&A is going to work. It's all this behind-the-scenes work that creates that seamless flow your audience loves.
Okay, deep breaths. The day is here. It's phase 3, showtime coordination. All that planning, all that prep, it all comes together right now. The absolute key here is to stay calm and have super clear coordination.
On event day, your team is everything. They're your greatest asset. So the key is making sure everyone's role is crystal clear before you go live. Who's moderating? Who's on tech support in the chat? Who's keeping an eye on the clock? Everybody needs to know exactly what their job is. No confusion. Listen up, because the 30 minutes before you go live are absolutely critical. Just think of it like a pre-flight check. You open the virtual room early just for the team. You run one final test of all the tech, and you give your speakers a quick final briefing. This countdown is what's going to guarantee a smooth takeoff.
And we're live. The virtual doors are open. Right away, your focus has to shift to two things. First, letting people in from the waiting room. Second, keeping a hawk eye on that chat box for any early tech issues or questions.
So as the event gets going, the moderator's job becomes so important. They aren't just a host, you know? They're more like the conductor of an orchestra. They're managing the flow of questions during the Q&A, making sure speakers are sticking to their time, and just guiding the audience smoothly from one part to the next. And now for the golden rule. This might sound so obvious, but you would be amazed how often it gets forgotten in the heat of the moment. Always, always hit record. That one little click saves the entire event. It creates this amazing, valuable piece of content that you can share and repurpose long after the live show is over. Don't forget it.
Phew, okay, the webinar's over, the speakers have all signed off. You'd think you're done, right? Well, not quite. Welcome to Phase 4 after the applause. This is where you really maximize the impact of everything you just did.
You want to know the best way to get better? You listen. As soon as you can, send out a post-event evaluation form to your attendees. That feedback, I don't care if it's glowing or super critical, is pure gold. It's exactly what you need to make your next event even better.
Then you've got to document everything. Just create a simple summary report. What were the big wins? What were the challenges you ran into? What would you do differently next time? And of course, throw in the key stats, like how many people showed up. This little report is invaluable for future planning and for showing just how impactful the event was.
And last but not least, let's close the loop with a little bit of class. Send out thank you emails to all your speakers, anyone who helped, and of course, all the attendees. And hey, if you promised e-certificates, make sure you get those sent out quickly. It's that professional touch that leaves a really great, lasting impression. So there you have it, the full 4-phase blueprint to take you from total chaos to cool, calm control. The question now isn't if you can run a great webinar, because you can. The real question is, what are you going to do to make your next one even better? Looking back at this whole process, what's the one thing you're going to improve for your next event?